Hi all, welcome to the new Valley Chamber of Commerce Meet the Member podcast series. Today is episode 3. This is where we find out some key facts regarding the members of our vibrant chamber. Today we have none other than Robert Cooper from CPR Insurance Services. Welcome along, Robert.
G'day, Tim. How are you?
Going very, very well, mate. Thank you very, very much. And here are the eight questions that we have chosen for you today. Please tell the audience, I guess, your name and business, elevator pitch, that sort of thing. I know you love doing that.
Oh, yeah, if I remember it, because I haven't been in the position to be able to say it too often recently. But my name's Robert Cooper. I've got a business called CPR Insurance Services. We're general insurance brokers, and we look after the insurance needs of small to medium business.
Very, very good, Robert. Number 2, how did you get into that particular line of business, and when did you sort of start the company that you're working for today?
Yeah, well, like most insurance people, I fell into the business a long time ago in a gap year. I decided to get some work experience, and I got a job in the mailroom of Edward Lumley and Sons South Australia Proprietary Limited, who since morphed into Lumley General Insurance and have since now been sold to CGU, which is a bit sad. But I started in the mailroom, and after a period of time moved into the underwriting section, and then I moved into RAA Insurance, which was part owned by Lumley's in South Australia. And then after 11 years, decided to move on and became a insurance broker. That started with a company called Sedgwick, which has since been acquired by Marsh. And then I moved on to Willis, which has since been acquired by Aon. And then I moved on to back to Lumley's for a short period while I part-time while I was doing an MBA. Did that for 18 months, and then I got a job in the magnificent, fantastic Queensland, starting at Rockhampton for 5 years in Rockhampton, working for AMP General Insurance, and that got sold to Suncorp. And so then we decided to move down to Brisbane, and I got a job with a company called Direct Insurance Brokers. And then shortly after, I went and joined Aon. I was with them for a few years, and then with another company called BJS Insurance Brokers that decided to close their Brisbane office. And so I was left with the opportunity to start my own business. That was nearly 10 years ago. And I decided to call it Cooper Professional Risks, because my specialty was professional indemnity insurance. And then Mandy, my wife, joined me about a year into the business, and we decided to capitalise on the acronym and call ourselves CPR Insurance Services.
Experts that'll save you. Excellent. Okay, so what does the Fortitude Valley area mean to you and CPR Insurance Services?
Yeah, I love the Fortitude Valley area. There's a lot of small businesses there, particularly cafes, restaurants, entertainment venues, and we have a number of clients in the Valley area, and of course we've established those relationships by being part of the Valley Chamber of Commerce.
Excellent. So that's certainly it's certainly been great for your business. And I guess when and why did you first become a member of the Valley Chamber of Commerce? I guess how were you introduced to it?
Well, Councillor Vicky Howard was the one that encouraged, well, first of all, Mandy, and then I joined shortly after. Vicky Howard used to come regularly to our Kedron Brook Business Group meetings, and she suggested to us that we should go along to a Valley Chamber of Commerce meeting, which probably would have been 6 or 7 years ago, I think. It was early days in our business anyway. Might even be longer than that. And when we first went, there wasn't too many members of the Valley Chamber of Commerce. We went to the meet and mingles and then a Christmas show at the Marriott Hotel. And but we got to know a lot of really nice people there that are still in the Chamber of Commerce and are still really good friends. And we've formed some really good friendships in the Valley Chamber of Commerce, and have got to know a great deal of people that have businesses in that area or in the city area. And we've missed them like anything in the last 6 months of this coronavirus restrictions. But we've got to be careful with the coronavirus, unfortunately.
We certainly do. So I guess that's you sort of eaten into the next question a little bit about what the VCC actually means to you. I guess anything else regarding the Valley Chamber of Commerce that I guess you want the audience to be aware of, and your experiences as to why is the Chamber in South Queensland?
Well, forming relationships with other businesses, whether you actually do business with them or you try to help them get people to do business with them, has been a very gratifying experience. And there's no pressure. Some networking groups, there's a lot of pressure to deliver referrals and things like that. But I like the social atmosphere that it provides. We get to go to a lot of different venues. Fortunately, in the Valley, we have so many different venues that we can experience. Some as soon as they're opened, others well established. And what we find is that we meet new people. Just about all of them are really nice people. The ones that aren't so nice don't seem to last in our chamber, which is another great thing. And in a social environment, we get to meet them, have conversations with them, and then form good relationships where down the track, hopefully if they come across someone that says, oh, we're looking for a good, trustworthy insurance broker, they think of Mandy or myself first, and that's how we've generally been able to pick up a lot of our business.
Yeah. So can you tell me any challenges you face in your sector of your business at the present time?
Yeah, at the current time, there's a number of challenges. COVID-19 has created a number of challenges in different ways with different insurance covers. For instance, just working remotely has increased the cyber risk exposure for businesses because they don't have those firewalls and protections when they're working off their own Wi-Fi system at home. Workplace health and safety issues that haven't been looked into as yet. So that's just one example. But people that have arranged travel insurance and had their trips cancelled due to coronavirus, some of their claims are able to be paid and some of them aren't. That's creating dramas. There's threats of a lawsuit against insurers for not paying out on business interruption policies, which they think because there's an infectious disease spread and they're closed down by the government, they should be able to get compensation under those policies. And at the moment, there's test cases going on in the USA, London, and also now in Australia, thanks to ASIC. the business policeman.
Mm.
But without COVID-19, we also have the challenges of Lloyd's of London, who've made billion-dollar losses for the last couple of years, and they're wanting to return into profitability. So, of course, the best way to do that is to put your prices up.
Mm.
They're putting their prices up mainly on the high risk areas, such as engineering or construction-related risks.
Mm.
About 40 Lloyd's syndicates have pulled out of Australia, so that's reduced the capacity available to us to place those types of risks, because unfortunately the Australian insurers are not wanting to cover those types of risks anymore. So we're seeing considerable price rises as a result. So there's a lot of challenges for our industry.
Definitely. What's the best book that you've ever read?
My favourite book, the most inspirational book I've read, is A Fortunate Life by A.B. Facey. It details all the difficulties he had all his life, and you were amazed by the challenges he had to face, first as a child, then as a young adult, going through a couple of wars and Great Depression, and right at the end of the book, he says, "But I've had a really fortunate life."
Mm.
And I was amazed by the fact that he could say that. So I find that a very inspirational book. And parts of the book will make you cry, and others you're supporting him and barracking for him. And then at the end, you just see this guy was very happy with what he accomplished throughout his long life. It's a great book. I recommend it. It's an Australian book too.
Australian book. Last question, Robert. What is your proudest achievement?
My proudest achievement are the awards that my business has been winning. You can see some of the medals in the background, but the one right above my head probably means the most. It was from the Australian New Zealand Institute of Insurance and Finance, and that was for the best authorised representative business in the insurance industry, and that was for the whole of Australia, and very proud to have won that. There's another two that we won from an insurance magazine called Best Brokerage 1 to 5 Staff, and we won that in 2018 and 2019. And as you'll see by the badges to the side of me, we've been nominated for 2020. So we're proud of those achievements.
Yep, excellent. Thank you very, very much, Robert. That's been the Meet the Member podcast, episode number 3 for the Valley Chamber of Commerce. I really thank you for your time, Robert, and we'll see you again very soon.
No worries. Thanks, Tim.